It's Tuesday, November the 17th, 2020. Do you ever feel outnumbered and overpowered? That happened to me one time when I'd hiked up to the head of Hall Branch on Cataloochee. Hall Branch was the area that my great-great-great-grandfather, John Wesley Hall, settled when he moved into Cataloochee in the 1860s. I had gone up there and had just stepped out of Bratcher Gap to come back down into the branch area when I found myself between a mama bear and her cubs. And all of a sudden, a newspaper headline flashed in front of my mind. Local preacher killed because he was stupid. I told that mama bear that was rearing up on her hind legs and clicking her teeth and chortling the way they do when they get bent all out of shape. I said, Mama, if you'll just settle down and let me back out of here, we will leave each other alone and everything will be just fine. She didn't understand a word I said, but I did back out of there, and we were just fine, and I managed to keep myself out of the headlines of the newspaper the next day, and my family did not have to plan a funeral. Many times we can feel outnumbered. Elisha and his servant, once upon a time in the Bible, in an actual time and place in real history, were completely outnumbered by the Assyrian army. The king of Assyria was out to get Elisha. And so he sent his army to track him down and kill him. When Elisha's servant went out and he saw that they were surrounded by horses and chariots, he came back in absolutely terrified and said, "We're done for." Well, at least that's my paraphrase of the passage. But if you remember that story, Elisha prayed that the Lord would open the eyes of his servant, and the Lord did. And when his eyes were opened, what he saw was not the Assyrian army. What he saw were the mountains filled with horses and chariots of fire, because those who were with them were actually greater than those who were against them. Christian, I want to remind you today that regardless of what the polls may say, and regardless of how things may appear on social media, or as you read the paper or just go about life, you may feel like you are completely outnumbered. Hey, I know, I get it. I feel that way a lot of times too. But I pray today that the Lord will open our eyes, that we'll see that those who are for us are actually greater than those who are against us. That we have a great angelic host and a great cloud of witnesses made up of those who have gone on to glory before us, together with all of those who are true believers here in this earth, whose stories and testimonies are not being reported in the news. Yet when you put all that together, hands down, Gallup results don't begin to show that we are in fact in the majority. Because you know something? When God is for you, who can be against you? By the way, that's a rhetorical question. The answer is obvious. So press through the day. If you're trusting in the Lord Jesus Christ today, you have a greater power within you than anything the world will ever be able to muster. And that's true whether you're facing a bear or just a classroom full of kindergartners. The Lord is with you, and may He bless you always.